I'm Matt and Abby. We're back with Bruce. We're just going to give him a quick little run through, and then I'm going to show the retrieving at the end so you guys can get some of those bumpers. I mean, I get 4 to 6 of them to have, in case you lose them. You never want to have just one toy. So we're just going to give him a little run through. Remember, that longer buzzing sound is the pager, the shorter chirping sound is the nick, and you do have to use the nick with him. He's not that sensitive. So you need to be ready, especially he's just frenetic by nature. Again, he's not doing that consciously to upset anybody, but that's just his nature. So if he was to see a cat or squirrel or something like that and kind of go into that mode, it's going to take a much higher nick to get his attention. So I want you guys to remember that. You may have it real low just with no distractions, but if he gets distracted, you may have to turn it all the way up. So I don't want you to be afraid to do that. The more distracted they are, the less sensitive that they're going to be. So let's just give him a little run through. So we're always going to use the name to get him coming with us. Bruce, heel. So we've got that turn away. Remember, I'm using that pager to pull. You can see how it turns his head. I'm using that pager to pull him around that turn. Heel. Wonderful boy. Down. So we've got our starts of the little down in motion. Good boy. He is such a good boy. Oh, and he loves the treats. Good boy. Then we've got our turn towards him. Heel. So remember, that's completely different. Good boy. Use this hand in front of him, and I'm going to click that pager right at the same time. Heel. Wonderful boy. Heel. Down. Wonderful boy. He's such a good boy. Heel. Wonderful. Wonderful. Same thing, I'm already thinking about my down. Down. So what I did there, you guys, was prevent him from going ahead, and he will do that sometimes. So better to prevent that than to try to correct it once it occurred. No. Down. Good boy. We're only going to reward him when he's beside us. All right, so now we can get him back into his place. No. In your place. You may need to move down here. Good boy. Down. Good boy. No. Good boy. He's such a good. So you're going to have someplace set up at home, because that's what you guys are going to do at night when you're watching TV. Remember the part where you used to have to hold on to the leash to keep him from getting into stuff. You're going to have him in this place, and it needs to be someplace, we're not going to put it behind the chair or whatever where we can't see him. It needs to be someplace where he's in full view, and then you have the TV remote control, and then this sitting right next to it, okay? Bruce. Heel. Good boy. Good. Down. Wonderful boy. So remember, that's our third action, getting the dog to move away. I'm going to use the hand closest to him. In your place. And right there, I'm not going to make a big issue of that. It would be, if I just tried to keep making him go there, if we didn't have all these places set up right here. Little mistakes you want to gloss over. We have to look at the bigger picture. Would it really, help him understand if I just dragged him back to that other place? Bruce. Heel. Wonderful. Down. He's such a good boy. Good boy. In your place. I'm holding it down until he goes. That's the biggest problem we have, that people do not hold it down. And I want you guys to think of that. If your cell phone started to vibrate, then it just stopped, you wouldn't answer the call. So that's what we're teaching him. Turn that off by doing what we're saying. All right, now let's do his little retrieving thing.